Hi Jens, how are you doing today? It is Saturday. It's the weekend. Hope you're all doing well. I am so happy that it's the weekend. It's been a long week. We all know those weeks you come back from a vacation and work is rough just because you're trying to get back into the routine and you it's just a struggle. Not that, work is any different than any other days, but you're out of routine. And so you're trying to get back into routine. And it was a week, let me tell you. And I am so happy that it's the weekend and I'm able to relax and recuperate and enjoy a crafting weekend. I have no plans this weekend but to stitch and knit and work on Henry, as if you haven't noticed. For all of you who are new to my channel, I am working on my King Henry VIII. This is a heaven and earth design. Let me get my page here. This is what it will look like when it is finished, or what it should look like when it is finished. I'm currently working down here in this section, and I'm working on his hand. So for this stitch with me, I chose to go ahead and get to a spot where I could work on the skin. So because it is a lot of one color in one area, so it would be easy to work on. Whenever I do these stitch with me's, a lot of confetti is hard to work with just because it would be hard to focus on while I'm talking. But I wanted to work on Henry, so I I pulled him out a couple nights ago, actually shortly after I got back from my trip to Minnesota. I got him back on the stand and back on the frame and decided to start putting some stitches in him. So hopefully I will feel motivated to continue working on him and see a page finish here very soon. Again, I have a whole lot of time to work on him and be productive this weekend with my stitching. So I hope to see lots of progress this weekend. I am stitching Henry one thread over one on 28 count Lugana. This is white Lugana. The called for is 1 over 1 on 25 count Lugana. I am doing it on 28 count because I wanted a little bit smaller of a finished piece and a little bit better coverage than 28 or 25 count. And I am super happy with the progress that the product that I am achieving. I really like of course, we all know I like 1 over 1. And I'm really liking the 28 count Lugana. It is extremely easy to work with. For me, it's easy to see. Whoops, didn't go far enough. Didn't go far enough. Let's keep going here. There we go. So what I like to do for the most part is one color, complete color. I like to color complete per page on the design. This design is 30 pages in total for the pattern. This page I'm doing slightly different just because of the way the pattern is laying out. So I'm working on this column here. I wanted to get down to the hand so that I could really knock out the hand, and then I would go ahead and cross-country stitch the remaining bits of the page. Whenever I have a substantial portion of the page that is all one color, or a majority of uh, large chunks of one color, I like to go ahead and get those out. Usually I like to do those first, either first or last. In this case, I'm wanting to do it first because then it will help me build my scaffolding for the confetti around the hand and the glove that he's holding in the hand. That's not right. There we go. So what really motivated me to start working on this was I, of course, made a goal in my head that I wanted to have this project done by my birthday. Of course, we all know my birthday. If you've been following me for a while, you know my birthday's in June. And so that would be roughly 8 months away, 9 months away. And I have 8 pages left to finish in order to have this project finished. And when I thought about that, I was like, oh, wow, I need to do a page a month in order to get Henry done in that goal. And we all know how much I don't do goals or planning or anything like that because then it deters me from stitching. So, but I really, really, really would like to have Henry done by my birthday. So we're going to see how long I can go with getting the 1 page a month done. Of course, that's a soft goal. And if I don't accomplish it by my birthday, then I don't accomplish it by my birthday. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. But of course, I would love to have him framed, of course, and in my home. I'm a couple weeks ago, I had talked about how I'm really feeling the burnout on some of these large projects. I'm not I'm not to the stage where I'm putting them away or UFOing anything, but I do want to reconsider the types of projects that I work on or the variety of projects that I'm working on throughout the year because I haven't seen a lot of finishes lately because I do work on so many super huge projects. And I would like to have some more things displayed in my home. So in order to achieve that, I would like to knock out some of these larger projects that I've had going for a while now. Of course, Henry is the longest going project that I've had. He will be 2 years old on December 4th. And while I know in the grand scheme of things it's not horribly old for a heaven and earth design, Henry is not he's not a very large heaven and earth design project. So I really thought that I would have had him done by now. But you know, things, you easily get distracted, other things come up and you stitch on other things. Of course, I've also been super duper excited about knitting and been heavily invested in knitting in the last month or so. So that has also been taking time too. So, you know, everything happens for a reason, and at least that's how I view things. And I'm not angry or regretful for anything that has happened, but I would really like to see some of these larger projects completed. So I know many of you have been really excited to see me working on Henry and love whenever I work on Henry during my Stitch With Me videos. I also know that what I'm working on is going to be a little bit hard for all of you to see just because of the color thread that I'm using and the positioning of the camera to the screen. So you get an idea of what I'm working on. Hopefully, right now it just looks like a peach blob, but doesn't even look like much to me until hopefully here shortly, maybe tonight or tomorrow, it will look much more like a hand than what it does now. This week I've felt very, very unsettled with my stitching choices, and I'm hoping that Henry will kind of ground me. I think I've really been feeling the pull to work on him because whenever I pulled out Lady of the Flag and I worked on her for a night, I really just did not feel like working on her, and my mind kept going to Henry. So that is always a sign to me that I need to follow my gut and work on what is being, you know, what is on my mind, because that is where I'm going to have the most interest and the most enthusiasm and the most attention to sticking to my stitching. So I decided that I would go ahead and really try to focus on Henry and see if I could pull out a page finish here by, I don't think it's going to happen by the end of October, but maybe if I can get a page finish here at the beginning of November, and then maybe another one at the end of November, it's possible that I could stay on track. Okay. I will say I'm also looking forward to knitting on my sweater this weekend. Once I get my first sock completely done, I'm going to focus on my sweater. I'm trying to make mini goals so I stay focused on one thing long enough to see some results before I move on to the next. And at least with knitting, that has really helped. So while I am not doing any formal planning for the end of the year or 2019, I have been really thinking about the projects that I have on the go and the types of projects that I do want to start in the near future for new projects to start to work on. And of course, we all know if you've watched my Minnesota video, you saw my projects that I bought, the new patterns I purchased at Stitchville, and I'm super looking forward to starting up that uh, autumn forest Quaker, which of course totally out of my wheelhouse. And I've even ordered the fabric, so I'm really excited to get that fabric in the mail and get moving on a new project, because that's what I need is another new big project. But I really think that's going to be something that I like and see quick and see quick mini finishes, see quick results, but also enjoy the process on that one just because of the simplicity of it, yet the complex detail that is shown in those motifs. And I love the fact that it's designed for DMC. This weekend we are supposed to be getting our very first nor'easter for the year. Of course, nor'easters are typically known for dumping a lot of snow on the east coast of the US. This first storm, we are not getting snow where I live. We are just getting a substantial amount of rain and wind, and it is going to be raining all day on Saturday and into Sunday. I think it's actually, and I'm actually looking forward to having all of that rain so that I have an excuse to not leave the house today and to just be able to sit and relax and watch my TV shows and watch FlossTube and stitch and knit and stitch some more. You know, it's one of those things that even though vacations are relaxing, you kind of need that time alone and away from everyone else just to recuperate from all of that excitement and stimulation. At least I do. So I am looking forward to just being alone and stitching and watching my TV shows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And not leaving the house. Not having to be anywhere, not having to get cleaned up and dressed. and go out in the rain. So I better real quick respond to some questions that I know I'm going to get on this video. Henry is on an Omnic frame. I call them Omnic frames. Omnic's the company that you buy them from. They're the quantum frame from Omnic. The reason I use this frame is because I love the tension that I get on it. I also use the large frame holder, large frame adapter for the Lowry stand that is just off camera right here that you can find. I ordered all of my Lowry accessories from so and so in the UK. And I am just super pleased with the way that my stand and frame work together for this project. Okay, I lost my needle. And with that, I need to change my thread. And I think I'm going to call it quits there today because I need to change my thread and I need to find my needle because it fell off of my thread. So you all have a wonderful day. Happy stitching. And don't forget to always be creative.